edition of Let's Talk Legal. How are you?
I'm blessed, Mom. How are you?
I'm fine. It's a wonderful Monday morning.
Beautiful Monday morning it is.
Beautiful Monday morning. Beautiful.
Thank God
All
for
right.
life.
So, good morning to all our listeners and thanks for joining us yet again for another segment of Let's Talk Legal. We don't know if you missed us, but we missed you. And we're happy to be here again. Today we're going to have part 2 of our last discussion, and I am joined this morning by one of my colleagues again, Mr. Pierre McLean, our in-house real estate agent here at the firm. Mr. McLean, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Ms. Daniel. How are you this morning?
I am good. Monday morning, bright and early.
Oh, yes.
We back at it. So this morning, as I would have mentioned, last time you were here with the program, we spoke about the different types of lands, land uses, and the importance of getting the approvals and knowing what your lands are approved for when purchasing, etc. We had a lot of listeners calling after, seeking to get assistance with town country approvals, etc., because these things are important, We had a lot of fun that last program. So we continue this morning with part 2 of property law related topics, right? And Mr. McLean, what do you want to talk to me today about?
Yes, Ms. Daniel, thanks for having me again. Well, we're coming up on the deadline for sending in your property tax return document.
Yes. The 31st of November.
The 30th.
The 30th. There are no 31 days. Sorry.
There are $5,000 fine there.
The 30th of November. Right, that is the deadline. And the fine is
$5,000.
$5,000. We had a couple of people calling, wanting some clarification and information on these. They were sent these forms to fill out. They were a bit confused. They didn't understand the purpose of it, and today I'm hoping that we could shed some light on that. What is property tax? What is the purpose of the valuation form? Basically, everyone have how many days? Today is the what?
Today is the 22nd.
Wow. So we have 8 days. 8 days, listeners, to get your things in order. So without further ado, let's go straight into it. Welcome this morning to Let's Talk Legal, and let's just do just that. Let's Talk Legal is brought to you every Thursday, courtesy D.L. Daniel and Associates Limited. D.L. Daniel Associates Limited. We're located at the corner, of Taylor Street and Arapita Avenue in Woodbrook, bringing legal education and information to members by information and education by simplifying law. All right, so let's get straight into it. Mr. McLean, what is property tax?
Yes. So property tax is money that must be paid to the government for the home that you own. The amount you pay is calculated by the government and based on the overall value of your home. And this brings together 2 pieces of legislation. The Property Tax Act, Chapter 6604, and the Valuation of Lands Act, Chapter 6803.
Good. Yes, 2 very important pieces of legislation that ultimately guides the property tax requirements, right? And you would have mentioned 2 very important things in that definition there. So property tax is money that must be paid to the government, and you mentioned the calculations there. So the property tax is not just an arbitrary money, right? It has to be said. What are some things that are important when we are speaking about property tax as to ascertain how much you have to pay, essentially?
Right, great. So it's a mandatory payment, and you must get the valuation of the property.
Yes.
So evaluation is the process of determining the market value of your home. So if you wanted to sell it today or tomorrow, what is that value?
Right. Very good. And what about, so we have the valuation and we have the ATV. So I know what else we speak about ATV, which stands for annual taxable value. And that annual taxable value is dependent on the valuation. And that is why the valuation is important, right? So getting a valuation is important in order to get your ATV or annual to calculate. So everybody's land, and we hope our listeners can understand that everybody's land, their homes, it will be at different values, and you're going to have different or varying ATV and taxable. So for the government to determine your taxable value, you would need to have the valuation done. All right, cool. So when we're doing tax calculations, what is involved to calculate property tax when they do it?
Yes, so it sounds complicated, but it's very simple, Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we calculate it. What the commissioner will do, the commissioner valuation, they determine the monthly rental value of your unfurnished home. This monthly rental value will be multiplied by 12.
Right, because this is annual,
yes.
So 12 months in a year.
Correct. So right. The ARV or the annual rental value.
Right.
Right? 10% of that is deducted. 10% of that ARV or annual rental value is deducted.
Mm-hmm.
And the remainder will represent the ATV or the annual taxable value. So 90% of the annual rental value is the annual taxable value.
Right. Good. And 3% of this now will be calculated of your taxable value and will represent your property tax. Right. So let's yes, because every different type of land or property, I should say, has different percentages that is used to represent the property tax.
Yeah, so if it's commercial, it's 5%.
Right.
If it's industrial in a building, it's 6%.
Right.
If it's out of building, open air industrial,
right.
It is 3%.
Right.
And if it's agricultural land,
1%. Right. But if it's a residential, it's 3%. So let's go back over that again, because for us, this is normal. We do these things every day, and but I really want our listeners to try to get this and to understand it. When I'm going to go through how to fill out your form, we're trying to help you understand, what is property tax, how it's calculated, the documenting information you would need so that you can know, because I know a lot of times clients appreciate, yes, they may have to pay something, but they want to be able to calculate in advance. So as we say in Trinidad, manage my pockets. I want to know how much it's kind of coming up to. So we're trying to help you with that. All right? So we're going to go through it again. Property tax, simply put, is money that is owed to the government if you are a property owner. Let's keep it simple. How is it calculated? It is dependent on the value of your property. Right? Mr. McQueen, could you reiterate for our listeners, how do you get the value of your property?
Yes. So we calculate the ARV of annual rental value.
And that is calculated by a commissioner of valuation, which you could use for free from the government, or you could use your private chartered valuator. And that means a valuator that is registered and recognized, not just somebody who's saying right? Good. So a registered chartered valuator or the commissioner of valuation will work out your ARV, which is your
annual rentable value.
Right.
Value of renting your property.
Right. Good. And when that annual rentable value is established, 10% of that is deducted.
Yes.
And the remaining 90% is considered your annual taxable value.
Yes.
Right. Yes. And then a percentage of that ATV is taken, and that is where you get a property tax figure. Right, that is the tax bill.
3% residential, 5% commercial, 6% industrial in a building, 3% outer building, and then you have 1% for agricultural land.
Right. Good. And residential, because most of our listeners here will be residential. Yeah. Residential is 3%.
3%.
All right. Lovely. So you all listen.
Miss Danielle? Miss Danielle? Miss Danielle?
You've done all these things, you understand how to calculate the property tax. Let's walk them through now what's next. We have the value, right?
Miss Danielle?
Yes. So, as you said, the deadline for the submission is the 30th of November 2021. Folks, if you fail to meet this deadline, there's a $5,000 fine.
Miss Danielle?
Now, most of you owners would have received the valuation form in your mail, right? You did not select one, but any of your. So if you did not receive, you could go and try that one at the Office of the Valuation Division or download it from the Ministry of Finance website, right? You will need to, if you had submitted a valuation form previously and site visit was conducted on your home by the valuation division officer, then you are not required to submit a valuation form. If, however, you submitted a valuation return form previously, but a site visit was never conducted on your home, then you must complete and submit the valuation return form to the relevant valuation division offices. All right. So please, people, fill out your form. The requirements for your form, you must have a copy of your national ID for the occupier or the owner. And that's something I want to reiterate. Sometimes people believe, well, I am not the owner. They see this thing coming in mail. They never tell the owner anything. And they believe that automatically the responsibility does not rest on them. That is not so. Legally, if you are an owner and or occupier, you are required to fill out the form. You must, could we walk through the documents needed for the form?
Yes. So one copy of a national identification document. So that could be your national ID card, front and back, your driver's permit, front only, or your passport, the biodata page of that document. Then you'll also need a WASA bill with the address of your property on it. The front page is what you need. And then you need a title document. Now, this must be a legal document. It cannot be a utility bill. It is a deed or a certificate of title. So the deed has a folio number, a deed number on it. It can either be one huge page or it could be several legal size pages. That is a title deed document. And then we have 2 photographs of the property. One from the front. Now, front, we know some homeowners have some very high walls to secure them and their family. So if that's the case, come inside the wall and take the picture from the front. But generally, you could probably take the picture from the road to get a front view as well as a side view of the property so that the evaluator has a clear understanding of the property dimensions and so forth. Then you need your building plans, if these are available. We know some structures are very mature, been around quite some time, quite a number of years, so it is not mandatory, but if you have them, they're required. And we guess there they would be looking at the age of the property. So you should have it around if the property passed through town and country to get approved, as well as the survey plan, and then any rental or lease agreement, if applicable.
Yes. So I just wanted to, of course, touch on the legal parts of those requirements. I love that you would have mentioned the title document. We tried to really nice and simply define it. I see a lot of members of the public having difficulty, Mr. McLean, in identifying what title documents are. They may have an easy way to identify them. To the front of it would have certified copy with a deed number if your title is governed under the old law. And if it's governed under RPO, you would have a certificate of title or some sort of memorandum, whether that be a memorandum of transfer, memorandum of mortgage, etc. Right? These documents are not, and I repeat, cadastral sheets, which are essentially registered plans or proposed drawings for subdivisions. These are, so please be mindful of what your title documents are. And additionally, they make mention of a rental or lease agreement. So if you are filling out the form and you are an occupier and you are there because you are renting the property, or you are a business building occupier and you have a lease for 5 years, a lease for 10 years, etc., you can submit your lease agreement, right, as the occupier. And understand as well, every single title document that is registered can be obtained by any member of the public. If you know the identification number of the title, you can apply for a certified copy. Yeah? So you can do a search, find your owners, your landlord, or etc. If you're filling out the form, my landlord say, go ahead. You can apply to get a uncertified or certified copy of your landlord's title document if you are the person to submit this. All right. So I feel like we did a lot this morning. There, we went through a lot, and we hope that you understood everything that happened today. Understand what will happen. To get your valuation forms done, filled out. Whatever I mentioned, that the deadline is the 30th of November. And so we want to invite our callers this morning if they have any questions, queries, concerns, or comments in relation to this. We know that it's a topic that many of you may be interested in, because a lot of persons, if not all of us, are either homeowners or occupiers, right? So we welcome your callers to call in and discuss these things with us. Remember as well, if you would like to get further assistance, etc., and get more information, you can't do that over the air. But feel free to call us. Call our office line at 241-3772, 241-3772, or call the cell number after the program, 769-6410. 769-6410. Those numbers again for the office, 241-3772, 241-3772, or the cell 769-6410. Mr. McLean, before you go, we would have spoken about trying to get the valuation done, to identify the figure for what is owed in tax. If someone does not agree with the valuation, etc., what can be done? What are the addresses available?
Right. So if you are not satisfied with the valuation or the assessment figure, you must notify the Board of Inland Revenue of your objection in writing. This objection must be sent within 30 days. You have 30 days after receipt of a notice of valuation to issue your written objection to this. And for an objection of your notice of assessment, which lets you know the amount of property tax to be paid, make sure to issue your written objection within 21 days of the property tax becoming due or payable.
Lovely. So, it's as democratic as they can try to be. And so there is an option available to you if there's any objection. But as Mr. McLean mentioned, it must be in writing, all right? So now, Mr. Budo, I want to open up the line to our listeners to call if they have any questions.
All right, so the numbers again to call are 342-0081, 0081 771 1791, 771 1791, and 466 5391. We have a voice note that someone sent us, and I want to play for you.
Pastor Google, good morning. I'm trying to get Pastor Jude's number, please. This is Mr. Edward.
All right. Sorry about that. All right, we have a call on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
I'm calling to find out if your father died and you have the deed and stuff. Could you take it in to see about the property tax?
You heard the question, Mr. Daniel?
Yes, we did. Wonderful question. Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Green.
Yeah, so if your father unfortunately passed, we're so sorry to hear that. But you can, if you don't have the legal documents, you can call us here at the office to help you get a search done. So we obtain a search, so we get the legal documents for you to be able to submit before the deadline on the 30th. So give us a call, and we will assist you with that query if you're having challenges getting all the relevant documentation.
Yes. So, especially if you're the occupier, the responsibility still falls on you. It still rests with you, despite the death of the owner. And obtaining title documents is not very difficult if you have the proper name of the former owner and you have the reference for the title. We can facilitate getting those documents to you so that you can submit your form.
All right, we have another caller.
If I may just mention.
We have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, yeah.
Good morning.
Hi, morning.
Google.
Caller, go ahead.
Yes. If we have land that is rented, but there's a contradiction between the land and owners, the people that have property on, how do we get deed and all such things?
All right, you heard the question, Ms. Daniel?
Right. So I believe that the caller is stating that there is some sort of contention, some contentious matter involving the property,
right,
and it appears to have several owners. If that is the case, you would have to deal with the contentious matter accordingly. However, whosoever is the current occupier of the property, the responsibility to submit this form still rests with them. And the contention associated with the property is irrelevant in this particular matter. So in terms of that, they can call us again if they want to give us more information and insight so as to advise further. But any contention of a property is irrelevant to this document needed to be being submitted.
All right, 342-0081, 342-0080. You have a call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, you have a property right on your but you have the deed, and you have people living on the property, right? But they ain't paying no tax, but they pay once a bill.
Okay.
And
All right.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Google.
Good morning.
Yes. Question for the lawyers is if in 2017 you submitted your valuation information and you didn't get a visit from the evaluation division, do you have to supply another fill out another form and send in?
No, caller, thanks for that question. If you have already submitted your information to the valuation division offices, they will get in contact with you, around. So if you already submitted, you're sure you submitted your information for the valuation department, you would be safe.
Okay.
But caller, that you must make sure that indeed that you would have submitted a valuation return form, right? That you did it already. and you will just have to wait for your site visit from the officer. All right?
Beautiful. We're taking some more calls. 342-0081. 342-0081. You can send your WhatsApp messages to 771-1791. Voice notes. You can send your voice notes to 771-1791. And if you want to call us, you can call us on 466-5391. 466-5391. So we take your calls now. And let's talk legal with Ms. Danielle. All right, so we have a caller online. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Gogo.
Hi, good morning.
What the lady called there just now, I don't remember. I had a visit, I can't remember how long, by a young lady. So I would like to know if I still have to fill out that form.
Okay, so you had a visit already, and you want to know if you still have to fill out the form that they're requiring for you to fill out.
Yes.
Okay, then. Thank you. We have a caller holding. Hello, good morning.
Okay, yes. Mm-hmm.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Okay, so I have two questions. Firstly, we, similar to the last caller, we had a site visit, but we didn't initially send in any forms. But we did get a site visit from a valuation officer in 2019. The second question is, if you're in the process of still purchasing the land, so you haven't completed paying for it, do you still need to submit the property form?
Caller, we're not hearing you very clearly.
If you don't have to do
Caller, we're not hearing you very clearly. If you could speak up a little bit, please.
All right, so the caller is asking, she said if you are in the process of purchasing a property and you haven't yet got any documents as yet, do you still have to fill out this form?
That's good. I am doing the exact same transaction right now. The current owner of the property is still their responsibility to get this done.
All right, so the present
purchaser doesn't have to be.
Okay, so the present owner of the property is the person who is required to fill out the forms and stuff like that.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
So not the purchaser. If
not
you
the
are
purchaser.
in the middle of a transaction, the vendor in that transaction still holds interest and title, and so it is their responsibility.
Okay.
But it's the onus is also on the purchaser to remind the vendor, the owner, to get it done.
Okay. Caller, you heard that? Caller?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Yes. And in terms of her first question, and to answer the lady before her, who would have asked in relation to if you have submitted a valuation return form, because many persons, listen, this only became a hot topic recently when I think the government would have, had a drive to push it. But this was a requirement before, and some persons may have already done this before. If you did it before and you received a visit to your home by a valuation division officer who identify themselves to be such, then you are not required to submit a valuation return form. If you have already had a site visit conducted for your home by a bona fide valuation division officer, then you are not required to submit the form. If, however, you submitted a valuation return form previously, but a site visit was not conducted on your home, you have to submit your form. Yeah?
All right. Hello, good morning.
Right.
Hi, morning. Morning, Pastor Coco and the guest there. My problem is that I had submitted my form already. They came to evaluate the house. But what happened is those NHA duplex houses, which is owned by my mother-in-law and myself, and she has passed on. We have done the renovation at once. It's one building you see now. But she has passed on. So how am I going to pay property tax? How am I going to do it? The valuation that they came, they measured, and then I told them now they couldn't go any further from there.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Caller, you have to call us in relation to that so that I can understand properly, because you said that the owner was your mother-in-law and she passed on, and I have to know before she passed on in what manner was the ownership shared, etc. So please call us after the program so that I can get further facts of your matter, your case, to discuss with you further.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I had submitted my forms on 2017. I got a return form, but I never got a site visit. But I heard the guy say just now that you don't want to submit it. I went in and they tell me I have to, so I'm confused.
All right, so you submitted your form, and you're waiting on a site visit.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I went into the office, and they told me that my form is on the database, but I didn't have a site visit, so I have to go over the whole form. But he didn't say that just now, so I'm confused.
All right, then I'll allow him to answer.
Yes. So you want to go again?
Yeah, so if you were advised to redo it, ma'am, please humbly oblige to that request.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me take this last caller.
Since 2017, and we are in 2021 right now. We would have had, the administration, etc., in terms of the government. Persons, please remember that this is an administrative requirement under the Ministry of Finance, right, which is a ministry that has its requirements now. If you have been told by the office of the ministry that your application, the current state of it, and they require something, please, as Mr. McLean would have said, oblige with that, because we're in 2021. And the matter is that if you don't get it done by the 30th of November, you will be liable to the fine, yeah?
May I just say something here, Mr. Daniel, before we take any other callers? Persons may have more than one property, so you may have land somewhere, agricultural land. Remember that is taxed at 1% of the ATV. So you need to do a return for each property you own. You can't amalgamate them. There must be a return for each property. So that needs to be clearly understood, so that all your properties, your entire estate, is brought under the Property Tax Act.
All right. So our listeners, we had fun, but our time is up, unfortunately. All good things must come to an end. I know that this topic, Mr. McLean, is on the minds of a lot of people, most of us homeowners, etc., right? Please remember that you can call us after the program with your questions. We were not able to get everything in this segment. Numbers to call, 241-3772. That's the office. 241-3772. We'll just take your information quickly and get back to you, because we will have a flood of calls, as well as 769-6410, 769-6410. This has been Let's Talk Legal with me, Ms. Daniel, and Mr. Pierre McLean, coming to you from DL Daniel and Associates. Mr. McLean, any closing words?
Yeah, thanks, Ms. Daniel, for having me. And I just wanted to remind callers, for each property that you send in a return, you would have a property identification number, a PIN. If you do not have that number in your possession currently, please submit the valuation return. If you do not have that PIN number, that means your property is not on the valuation roll of the valuation department. So that is the number that identifies that you are in the system and you're rolling. But we wish callers all the best. We hope everyone is able to meet that deadline of November 30th so they don't incur that $5,000 fee. Feel free to call us to get any more information that you may need.
All right, great. So listeners, have a great day. You too as well. Mr. Google there in studio. Thanks for having us. Remember the numbers to call again, 769-6410. 769-6410, 241-3772, 241-3772. We know you guys will have a lot of questions. We're here to help. Have a great day. Remember, your legal right is your legal, you have a legal right to legal information. All right? So thanks for joining us. Board from the Daniel Associates, Simplifying Law. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Entertainment, information, conversation. All on Street 91.9 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
Come on, somebody worship the Lord. Say for all the things you've done for me, things you've done for me. Say no one can worship you for me. So here it is. Here's my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship, all of my worship. Say, here's my worship. Here's my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship. Say, all of my worship. Come on, all over the house, say you, Lord. You are worthy. Come on, make it personal. Saying no one can worship you. Anybody with a testimony for all the things you've done for me, Lord. Yep. Say no one can worship you for me. Come on, let's lift it up in this place. Here's my worship. Say all of my worship. Say receive my worship. All I have I give to you, Lord. All of my worship. Receive it all. Say all of mine. Oh God, receive it all. Say all of mine. Hey, here it is. Say all of mine. Say receive mine. Say all of mine. Come on, somebody raise up your worship. Say all of mine. Receive it all. Say all of mine. Say and I will not be silent.